Hey there, I'm Freak Boy, and welcome to Freak Boy Runs. I've, for the most part, gotten over my illness, which was pretty crappy, but luckily, most of it fell on my deload week. So, I still have a little bit of a lingering cough right now. But energy-wise and physically, I feel pretty good enough to do this threshold session today. So the session, I should have double-checked it to be sure exactly, but I think I remember. After I finish my warm-up here in about another third of a mile, I will have to do 2 kilometers at marathon pace, and then I go into 6 by 1 mile at threshold. So that's going to be top of zone 3, bottom of zone 4 for heart rate, and then I get like a 2-minute break in between. It's a pretty hard session, but it is what it is. I haven't done anything like that in a long time, and I'm about to see how it goes. I don't want to wear myself out before the threshold starts, so I'll pick you guys back up in the middle somewhere. Ciao. It's a lot harder than I was expecting. I'm about a third of the way through, just on a rest section here, letting my heart rate come down. My paces are like over a minute per mile slower than cool weather running. And I guess add to that healthy running. I don't think I'm 100% now that I've actually started running. I'm okay to keep going, I think. So I'm probably only about 90% health-wise. So that's a contributing factor as well. I'll just try and keep it up. The goal is to keep the heart rate where the heart rate needs to be and not worry about the pace. So I'm not worried about the pace. Okay, ciao for now. That was difficult. I did pretty good with my heart rate. I lost focus a little bit on rep 4, and it was more like low zone 3 for most of that rep, so just lost my concentration a little bit. But everything else was high zone 3, low zone 4. Pace was like a minute to a minute and a half slower than what I would expect in cool weather conditions. But contributing factors, obviously the temperature, even though it's very early morning, it's still 80 plus degrees Fahrenheit, 27 or more Celsius. Humidity is like at least 95%. So it's pretty gross out here. Then another contributing factor, having been sick for the last week, definitely didn't help. And then finally, can't ignore the fact that I'm wearing the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s on my feet, and they're good shoes meant for this kind of running. But if I'm comparing to older paces, I would have been wearing some Nike Alpha Fly or Vapor Flies, which are a lot lighter, plus have carbon plate and the super foam. So I'm just gonna call it a success because it was, because I hit my heart rates where I wanted them. And that's all that matters. Got a 14-mile long run on Sunday. I will pick you guys up there. I'm too tired to do this anymore right now. Beautiful morning for a long run. It rained overnight and everything's cooled off so much I might end up encountering some mud, which I will deal with. That's fine. If there's going to be a trade-off between mud and heat, as nasty as it is, I'll take the mud. And we can see, yeah, there's some on the trail here, but it's not too bad, at least not here. I got 14 miles to do today. I'm gonna see if I can do them as a progression. Staying in zone 2 though. So it's got to be an easy run. I think I'm close to 100% recovered from my illness a week ago. Maybe not quite 100%, but high 90s at this point. Yeah, so doing good. Oh, there's the sun just starting to poke out, and I think it poked itself back behind the trees right as I turned the camera around. There it is. Always feels great to see the sunrise, and with the clouds on the horizon, being able to look right at it is nice too. Yeah, it's really nice out today. I'll come back in, give you guys an update as it goes along. I'm wearing my hydration vest, more just to build a habit than anything else, so I don't forget it going forward. But I won't need it all that much today. That's okay. It's actually a good place to keep the camera. I just tuck it in here, and I might try that right now actually. I'm gonna tuck the camera in this spot right here while I'm running, facing forward, and see what that looks like. So let's check that out. I think I need to bend it down a little bit, maybe like that. Yeah, I might need to see what that looks like on the replay, and might be an option once in a while for me to be able to carry the camera without having to hold it in my hands, which gets tiring after a while. So okay, camera goes off for a bit, concentrate on just staying relaxed and doing an easy run for 14 miles. See you guys in a bit. Right in this spot, yesterday I had a very close encounter with the bobcat. He was just standing in the middle of the trail, but he wasn't looking at me. He was looking away,
And I guess he didn't hear me, because I would have tripped over him if I hadn't just yelled out, "Hey dude, you need to move," and he looked at me almost like he was annoyed and sauntered off the path, looking back at me as if I had inconvenienced him. But yeah, I would have had to vault over him if he hadn't moved, or tried to run around him, I guess. But yeah, I got up very close. I was wishing I'd had my camera with me and out, because it would have been some nice little footage there. So the mud has been pretty much minimal. I just finished 4 miles. There's that cough that is still persisting. And so yeah, overall it's going well. Heart rate is still very comfortably in zone 1. So we'll continue with the progression and see how it goes. Cheerio. I don't know if the mic's going to be able to pick it up, but we got my guy playing bagpipes over there. Oh, I'm glad to see him back. My guess is on the audio, all you're going to be able to hear is the sloshing of my hydration vest. But it's always pretty to listen to him play his bagpipes. Yet another thing that keeps me going when I come out here. Here, my friends, I promised them I would put them on my next video. Good morning! You're on the next video! They're so nice. And they're out here walking every Sunday. I think they usually do around 7 miles. And that's really good. Walking is so good for you. You don't have to run to stay in shape. You just get out there and walk, and that does wonders. Okay. That's a couple of times I've turned my camera back on when I didn't think I would. I'll see you guys in a bit. 14 miles, easy, done. I managed to do it as a progression. I did bobble a couple of times on mile 4 and then again on mile 11, slightly. But yeah, I barely got to halfway through zone 3 by the end. I think last time, 2 weeks ago, I blew through, I exhausted zone 2 after 10 miles, and I had to start slowing down. So good morning. So yeah, I mean, it is significantly cooler this morning. There's still some cloud cover and flat. Oh, I'm having a lot of trouble with my words right now. I guess I'm a little bit dehydrated. I should drink a little more water. In fact, it's sprinkling a little bit right now. So I've had cloud cover the entire time. I can barely talk. This is amazing. I'm not all that tired, just I guess a little bit dehydrated. My mouth is a little dry. And I'm pretty happy with it. I just ran into those people again and had a chat with them just right after I finished, and they were asking me about my run and my channel. So hopefully they watch this next week and they see I'm saying hello to them, they'll be on my next video, well, on this video, which posts next Sunday. Yeah, I feel pretty good. The hamstrings are behaving quite well. The glute isn't bothering me at all. I think I'm correct. It might not be that I've never had anything going on with the glute due to running, because it was sore while I was running there for a little while after Boston. So it might have needed some recovery there, but now the only time it gets sore is when I sit too long, usually while I'm working. So yeah, I mean, I've got that ergonomic seat cushion, and I'm trying to do some things to help it get up and walk around as often as I can, but I'm not going to be concerned with it with regards to my running. And like I said, the hamstrings, they seem to be good. I'm taping them. I always tape them. I'm a little, I don't know if it's superstitious or I'm just overly cautious, but yeah, I'm taping them before every long run and every speed session. Usually the tape, I can make it last sometimes up to a week. It's kind of expensive. I try to make it last, but I don't care too much about the expense, even if it's only psychological and it's a placebo that's getting me through. It's worth it. So yeah, I think I'll probably wrap it up here. No need in dragging this out. I'll just enjoy my cool down in the light rain and get home and relax. It's not going to be too long before I start having to do the really long runs, 18, 20, 22 miles. Those aren't that far down the road. So I gotta enjoy these medium ones while I can, and enjoy this cool weather while I can. This is quite remarkable for July. So if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, subscribe below as well if you haven't done that already. Comment if you wish, share with your friends if you like, and until next time on Freak Boy Runs, embrace the misery. Freak Boy out.